Hello, good people. We're back again with the banger episode, Football Dialogue with your boy Paulinho. You know how football conversations can go on and on. And we're continuing just from where we left off. It's me, your host Paulinho, and of course I'm not alone. I'm with my guy, an award-winning journalist, Katlego Mosielele. Continuing, we're still on UEFA Champions League. We see today PSG playing against Arsenal. But before we get straight to it, please like, subscribe, and share our videos, and we'll bring you more content, obviously. Once again, we're back, and I'm with my award-winning journalist, Katlego Mosielele. As you all can see, today I'm rocking my PSG t-shirt. Yes, I mean, a big team is playing tonight, up against Arsenal. What have you to say for yourself, bro?
Thank you so much, the award-winning editor, the greatest one I've ever seen in my life. Brother, today is a big day. Champions League, the first leg of the semi-final. Champions League 2025-2026. Arsenal playing home against Paris Saint-Germain.
Saint-Germain, yes. Yeah, no, it's going to be a beautiful game indeed, and I'm looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. Now, we see Arsenal playing home advantage. Do you think that will have an impact?
Definitely. 60 fans in the stadium. 11 players on the field. One coach together with his technical team, which is Arsenal. That's enough.
Okay.
That's the 12 player on the field. Having so much support from the fans.
Look how excited you become.
I'm talking about my team being playing in a home game. So
I can see the joy in your face.
It's all about passion, and it's all about winning to qualify for
the next round.
Final game of the Champions League. So for Arsenal, they have to believe in themselves. It's not going to be an easy game because you are playing against a team that is on form this season. They're currently on top of their league, making sure that they win the league. But of course, PSG is the team that dominates each and every season. Now, here is the cup competition. That you know that for you to compete in this competition, you have done something on your respective league. So it's a Champions League. Teams are champions who are playing there.
That is true,
It's beautiful because Arsenal are playing the first game. So if you do good in the first game, you know second game that you can just defend or play a regular game. So if PSG wins, Arsenal's going to be on hot water. If Arsenal wins, that means for Arsenal to go and play the second leg, something can happen there. But I see Arsenal today dominating the game because of the fans supporting them. And Arsenal, you know very well that they didn't do well in the league. Liverpool were announced as a champions. They were crowned actually as a champions of the English Premier League. You are so sad for Arsenal.
Now you are jumping straight to my next question. So you answered my first question. You're saying Arsenal playing home, that's going to work on their behalf. And then now you are jumping straight to my second question, which is Arsenal losing the league. You know, they had hope that they might win the league. Now, after Liverpool winning the league, do you think that might have, motivated them even more, to want to win this UEFA Champions?
If you look at the teams, the 4 teams that are still on this competition, Barcelona, they are leading the league in La Liga. Inter Milan, they are also leading the league. In Italy, PSG, they are leading the league. It's only Arsenal. It's only one team, which is Arsenal, that are not winning the league. So that might have caused the pain to them to say, okay, fine, Liverpool are crowned as champions. What are we doing? We still have breath to breathe on this competition, and we're gonna go all out to make sure that we win this. So for Arsenal, I think that's their biggest motivation to say, for us to go through to the final and even to give it all our best on the final, we have to make sure that we win this. So as much as all the 4 teams that are in this semi-final, Arsenal is the only team that can go throughout because they know that This is our last hope, even though it won't be easy.
You know, being too focused about this, that might not work on their favor because there's a lot of mistakes that could be, you know, that could take place because there'll be so much focused on this to say, at least let us get this. You know? Now, on the other side, PSG, they approached this game being buoyed by the fact that Arsenal has once beat them 2-0.
Yeah.
And they beat them 2-0 playing home, you know. So PSG has once experienced defeat against Arsenal playing home. Then now Arsenal will be playing PSG tonight. They are playing home, you know. Now, I see PSG also having a point to prove. Looking at the first game that they played this season on UEFA Championship. What's your take on that?
The time when Arsenal defeated PSG by 2-0. It was the beginning of the season where PSG was still trying by all means to make sure that they, you know, collect all the players and they become on form as they are right now. So they have learned the lesson. They have also watched that footage to see what are the mistakes that we did in the game. Now everything has changed.
Yes.
You see now PSG continue to change throughout the season in making sure that they become on form as they are today. So we won't be playing with the same PSG that we beat them by 2-0 at the early stage of the season tonight. It's going to be a totally different one. PSG can defeat Arsenal. They can, you know, the noise that will be at the Emirates tonight, they can reduce it and make sure that they suppress people. They have a quality players. Dembele, Roos, the likes of all the players that are playing there, they can check, you know, make sure that Hakim.
Sorry to cut you there. You're mentioning a very valid point about both clubs having learned, you know, how they're from their previous match, you know, and now it takes me to the coaches. I mean, the coaches might have sat down and, you know, spotted the mistakes, and now they want to come to this game ready and, you know, having rectified all the mistakes. Especially PSG, since they lost 2-0. They come to this match, you know, having, you know, rectified their mistakes and all that. Do you think the coach's approach, how are they looking like in terms of approach?
The approach is also looking at the current previous games that they both teams have played.
Head to head.
PSG played, they lost against Nice 3-1. Arsenal beat Ipswich by 3-0. So also building towards that. How did Aston Villa manage to beat PSG at their home? How did Arsenal manage to lose a game against Aston Villa in the league for them to actually get distracted to win the league? So you take a look at those games that are very important, and then you combine them together, and then you build now going forward to say, now how can we beat Arsenal tonight? How can we beat PSG tonight? So both coaches right now, what they are telling themselves is that the Arsenal coaches say our only hope is Champions League. The PSG one said they beat us 2-0 the last time. Now we are on form. We are done with the league. We want to reach the final. And of course, we know who we're going to meet at the final between Barcelona and Inter Milan. Two games that are all teams that are also on their own form. So it's a matter of finishing the first leg, of which is going to be tremendously very interesting.
It's going to be interesting looking at the fact that PSG has once beaten two high-level clubs from Premier League, which is the Champions League, Liverpool. Then they also beat Aston Villa. What was Arsenal?
Arsenal is a team that...
What's different about Arsenal if we were able to beat the Premier League champions and Aston Villa? What was Arsenal?
No, Arsenal right now, you must understand, they are playing with the players that are coming from the development. Players that understand very well on how coach Mikel Arteta want them to play. So going into this game, even the formation, even how the style of play is totally the Spanish one. Remember the coach of PSG, he's from Spain. So you can take a Spanish coach out of Spain or out of Spain, taking him to another country, but the style of play is going to be the same. Let's just say right now, two Spaniard coaches will be facing today. So you can expect fire on the game. Okay. So Arsenal will be playing PSG knowing exactly what to do.
True.
Because of the coach. For you to be a Spanish coach, this is what you need to do.
Sure.
And Luis Enrique is the best coach. He's a coach that he's very good in understanding the game. We've seen on how he did at Barcelona. Yeah. So a very good game to watch. I predict a draw.
Okay.
I also predict one team winning. Yeah. But I cannot tell which team is going to win. But there is a possibility of a draw.
Maybe I can help there. I see PSG winning. Yes, I can help there. I see you struggling. PSG is definitely winning this first leg, and which will make things easy for them looking at the second leg, you know. Your possible lineups.
Of course, Arsenal starting lineup, then I would want it to be coach, Mikel Arteta, the goalkeeper, David Raya. Yeah, 2, I want to play with Timber.
Okay.
3, Skileski, the boy who's 17 years old right now. Saliba, as well as this player who's wearing number 2. Centre back. 2. In the midfield, of course, I managed to reach the semi-final with Declan Rice.
Okay, obviously you're going to say
Declan Rice.
And he's been playing quite well.
Very well.
He's been playing quite well. And
he'll be twinning with Thomas Partey and Rice.
Yeah.
Those are my midfield 2 players. On the right hand side,
very solid middle.
Yeah, I want Martinelli, the Brazilian player.
Yeah. You're gonna say Saka?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, Saka.
Yeah.
And then 2, I play with Michael Merino.
Merino is as well as Trossard.
That's my starting lineup.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. And it looks possible, you know. Okay, for me, I don't see Bakola in the starting lineup. Yeah. I don't see Bakola in the starting lineup. We'll have Desri, Due, and then obviously we'll have Kvaratskhelia. Yeah. We'll have Dembele, and then in the middle,
Mendes.
No. I'm going back. From front to back.
Oh, yes.
So it's Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, and then of course Desri Due, and then I see Vitinha, and between Warazile or I don't see. Okay, Fabian Ruiz. I think Fabian Ruiz.
Yeah.
And then when we go back, centre backs, it's Pacho and Marquinhos, obviously. Yeah, there I have to be solid. Then left back, I see Nuno Mendes putting a lot of men to sleep.
And
Hakimi obviously on right back. And our all-time saving goalkeeper, Donnarumma. You know, there's no way that you will go wrong there. You know, there's no way that you can go wrong. And then obviously substitute Bakola will be there. But I'm starting with this young man, and he's gonna, you know, I don't know if David Raya is ready for him.
All the best.
Yeah.
Today is the most emotional and personal podcast today episode because both our teams are playing. Arsenal fan, PSG fan.
Yes.
We're going to see a beautiful game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to call you before the game.
True.
I'm definitely going to call you after the game. If I've seen something that caught my eyes during the first half, I'm definitely going to call you during the first half just to let you know that do you see what I'm seeing? Because, yes, I'm saying it's either one team will win or a draw.
Yeah.
When you say PSG will win, I like your confidence.
I think you know, this show is a bit of unfair because, I mean, there's no way that I would say Arsenal will win against my team. Yeah. But also, my judgment comes from how we've been playing. You know, PSG has been doing quite well. And I can tell you right now, there's a whole lot of betwayers who are going to cry after this.
That's why it's very important to actually bet.
And I can bet on that you will be one of them because obviously you will say Arsenal will win, and that's why I'll be charging money.
I like your confidence. One thing for sure about you, my brother, the confidence that you have.
Where are you watching the game?
Obviously, I'm watching a game at home.
Okay.
Yes, I'm watching a game at home. What about yourself?
Okay, well, from after this show, I'm driving to PE, Port
Wow.
Elizabeth.
Wow, great.
So yeah, I think I'll be watching the game from Port Elizabeth.
Yes.
And yeah, there's a gig there that I'll be doing.
Right.
And then obviously tomorrow I'll be driving to Mpumalanga.
Yes.
That's why I'll be watching tomorrow's game there.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And enjoy the game, man. I'm definitely gonna call you.
No, definitely. Your numbers must be on the speed dial tonight. But all the best for you.
All the best to you too.
Sure, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's your boy Paulinho, Football Dialogue, with your award-winning journalist Katlego Mosielele.
Go!
Go.
That was it. That was great.